Alright, time for a Mumu game. I will be playing against a Shaco here, which I will actually do this right now. As long as I like about 210 is when Shaco clears all his camps. I say all his camps, 3 of his camps. So if my team can just avoid like the initial gank, they should be okay. That's what I always like. The thing with Shaco is like if he gets like that initial gank off, it's mostly a problem because at that point he starts to snowball from a very early stage. But if your laners respect like that 2 to 3 minute gank range, after that it's actually going to be a little bit more annoying for Shaco to like get a decent gank off. If that makes, I don't know if that makes sense. It's just from my experiences playing Shaco, that initial gank is generally pretty free. Because you are like level 3 against like a level 1, maybe a level 2, which is generally pretty free. At least you will get their summoners, you know. But yeah. Now this elo is high platinum, so you guys are aware. Shaco seems to be going AP Shaco as well, which makes sense because there's no other AP on their team. I mean, sure they have Morgana support, but like, eh. Wonder. Don't see a Sion yet. Really looking out on top. He came out of the bush. Okay. Shaco could do a leashless for sure. Like, there's a high chance on that. He also could have gotten a leash. It's very hard to tell with that champion. As long as all my laners play a little bit respectful, that should be enough, really. All I'm focusing on here right now is just to get a full clear in as fast as possible. If you can get that full clear, they just need that initial full clear on a Mumu and you're fine from that point forward. So that's what we're going to focus on right now. Gonna Q straight here over here. Okay. No Shaco seen yet, which could pose a problem for me right now. Like if he invades me here, that could be an issue. I'm sweeping this to see if there's a ward or anything, which there doesn't seem to be, so that's good. Is there an early Shaco gank bot lane? There is. That is the gank that was a little bit disrespected. Like basically, if you're avoiding Shaco ganks as laners, you should wait till about 3 minutes and then you're generally fairly safe. Up until that point, it's recommended that you just play safe because you will get killed in the early game. He will try some cheesy gank tactic and it will hurt. If you get to the 3 minute mark, it probably will take him a little bit before something happens. Get the dot tick on here. Oh god, oh boy, oh please don't die. There's a Shaco here. Keeping this guy away. Need help? Doesn't need help. Push? If he wants to push, I can help. Okay. I'm asking him because that's his decision. I'm gonna give him all the farm I can. This way he at least will get the recall. I do not care about any of the scuttles. They don't matter to me because they are worth nothing. I'm gonna give him a well played on this. This will at least give him like a good time to recall. If he doesn't get cancelled there. He didn't. Beautiful. I will do this, and then I will do this.
Let's find some friends.
I didn't have enough money for the straight Bami Cinder, so I will just buy some normal boots and buy a health crystal. It's fine. In this situation, I get some top XP out of it as well, but this allows Pantheon for a little bit more room to recall. He was very, very low on HP, and he doesn't have teleport against the teleport. I was considering not pushing if you want to try some weird freeze, but on his HP, it's probably not that good. So I just asked. I probably should have been a little bit more decisive with that myself. It should be a free kill. I took an extra turret shot there just to see if the Jhin wanted to walk up and dive the Morgana. So yeah, walking in with Sweeping Trinket there. The likelihood of that being warded was fairly low. Oh, nice. He killed the Morgana as well. Well done, buddy. Good, good, good. That's what we like to see. Shaco unfortunately does have 2 kills here. Yeah, the bot lane situation was pretty free. The timing on that, like basically when I walked in, I was keeping my eye on bot lane for a period of time there to see if they were actually walking up the ward or anything, and they haven't done that in a while. So that kind of made me have the conclusion of, like, I could just walk in with a sweeping trinket most likely and I wouldn't be warded, which was the case. Shaco does have 2 kills. I have 2 assists. I mean, I don't mind, really. Of course, because, I mean, the 2 assists, like, 2 kills go to the AD carry, which is perfectly fine. Just sets their lane up a little bit better. My XP is fine. I don't have to worry about too much. I'm just going to get this full clear done here. I'll be able to buy my Bami Cinder and we can play from there. My ult is up, so I could do something here. There's no way. I can't do that gank. I would have had to walk around this way if I wanted to do that gank, which I didn't do. Gonna take this real quick. It goes bot side. Just run mid here. I think Shaco might go mid as well. They're a ward here. Gonna lock him down, CC lock him to the ground. I just make sure I CC lock him as hard as I can, because then there's not much they can do. Morgana's walking up here, which has me a little bit worried that he might be doing dragon right now. He's not, okay. This guy should be a goner. That's perfectly acceptable. Shaco did take my blue buff, it seems, but we can definitely do a dragon here, I would imagine. I'm a tiny bit worried about the Shaco stealing this. My smite is up. I don't think his should be up right now. Maybe. This is not good, is it? At least I got that one. I mean, am I happy that the Vex went mid lane? Not necessarily, but I guess it is what it is. I have a pretty good back here. I'll take it. Got my Sorks here, which is huge. Sorks on Amumu are amazing because you have so much base magic damage that the magic penetration of this is gonna do a lot. This guy's a goner. Oh, the red buff, man. It messed me up so bad. I'm not happy. Take a third shot, thank you. Dead. What? My W didn't tick on him? Oh, you are lucky, mate. You are so lucky. Damn, that Shaco got away with murder on that one. Oh, I'm surprised my W didn't actually tick. It has a very high tick rate and it didn't actually tick. Sag. Oh, well, it's okay. I mean, it's not really okay because the Shaco is worth a lot of gold, so it's very sad, but I'm gonna have to live with it, eh? It is what it is. We take it. I probably should have focused the Shaco a bit better. In that situation, the red buff kiting it out. Like, I tried to flash Q the Shaco and the red buff took the Q, so that was not good, of course. Make sure that I keep my jungle rotations up as much as possible here as well. Max W second. Also, another thing, 60% of people watching my videos aren't actually subscribed. If you are one of those people, consider subscribing, checking if you're subscribed, and yeah. Dudes, you are gonna die here, buddy. Thank you for the shutdown gold, I appreciate that. I was being patient there. I should help him clear the wave, I guess. I was being patient there to allow Shaco to walk up first. I missed my Q, which was quite bad. But... I mean, obviously, the play after that's still completely fine. Oh, come on, clinch! Holy shit. Okay, he can actually block that. That's good. That's Akshan ult down. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Got a good ultimate. I wait for the Shaco to get his clone pop off thing so I can ult both of them. And then I just go for the one that takes less damage. Because the clone is generally a bit squishier. So for identifying the situation as a Mumu, you generally want to go for the target that from your ultimate. And then also like your initial E takes the least damage. Because that will be the real one. Which in that case was that one. So that one dies. He has nowhere to go. I put my sweeping trinket there so I can see where he walks towards. As you can see like a silhouette of a person walking with that. And that way you can just follow with your W active. And then once he comes out, you have another Q ready, potentially E ready, whatever. And then you get a kill. I'm just being patient with it. What the? I really don't like you, Jenna. I really don't like you. That was not a helpful ultimate whatsoever. I turned that off. That's not good. This is not good. Yeah, that's... Man, why does this guy have to... I would have died to Jake. Oh, I didn't actually die to Akshan. That's good. Man, that Jenna ult ruined me because it made me miss my Q on the Misfortune. Which would have saved me enough damage and enough time to actually kill the Shaco with the damage output there. So that does suck. Oh well, it is what it is. I can't change anything about it, really. Please tell me he dies. As long as he dies, it's okay. Okay, nice. Yeah, the only unfortunate situation about this play is like my ult cooldown, 1, and then also, I mean, I guess there are 2 things. The Jenna ultimate really wasn't helpful at all. That Jenna ultimate really sucked. Because missing the Q on Misfortune, that was pretty painful. I'll just ult him, it's fine. Good flash. I say good flash, it's not really a good flash, of course. So, also something I want to talk about with the build setup on a Mumu. Sunfire got changed, right? So the HP scaling on it went up. You used to build Frozen Heart quite frequently on a Mumu, but it's actually slightly worse now than building like a Thornmill, for example. You do have to still identify the situation correctly. Because Frozen Heart can still be used, but because Thornmill actually provides more HP, it's generally an item you should shift towards a little bit more. Like actually items that give you HP instead of items that just give you like stats are slightly better because, I mean, I say slightly, they're a decent amount better now because of the HP scaling they increased on the Sunfire and having less, like on the damage, of course, and having less base on that. Shaco is bot lane. I just hope they can live. I'm going to do Rift Herald at the same time here because this is an opportunity for me, of course. Amumu with Sunfire does this really, really quickly, so they should not be too much of a hassle. As long as they can live here, that would be very ideal. Oh, okay. Still fine. Take this down. I suppose we could check his topside camps here. Sion walks up here, actually. We just go for the Sion. Perfectly fine opportunity. I'll be able to get first turret here, potentially. I probably should use the Herald on bot lane, though. We walk ahead of Sion here. As much as possible, so he doesn't run, like, ult past us.
Let's find some friends.
Okay, that's fine. I think I might consider heralding this. I think I might consider it.
Come play with me.
I don't know if this is supposed to be toxic or if he's actually serious with that. It's very hard to tell. I'm heralding this. I'm gonna use it. It's fine. I don't have mana. Oh, I need to get into my jungle here. This sucks. Dudes, I seriously have mana issues right now and I don't like it. Come on, in the jungle. Have the mana regeneration.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
I have no mana. Thank you. Dodge that. I'm gonna have to run. I can't stay. I'm not worth that much gold, but I have no mana. I'll flash. I'm gonna recall.
Let me get
I don't have to recall, it seems. I'm in my jungle here. And smite is for health. There it is. I just need to stall this guy out. We just Q him. The Vex gets here. Perfect. Baited him. That was my goal there. I mean, I saw the Vex coming. I just stall a little bit of time and then we can play from there. The Rift Herald might still not have been good to use on top lane. It's still like... Did we get first third gold? We did, right? Yeah, we did get first third gold. Okay, that makes it fine, honestly. We did lose bot turret, so using it there is actually probably worth it because of first third gold. I will take a recall here. I'll have my ultimate for this. I have Demonic now as well. That's good. And then I'll build this component, Bramble Vest, for my Thornmail here. The reflect damage here is also magic damage, which makes it pretty nice on the Mumu as well. But the Thornmail gives you 350 HP. If I would build like this here, for example, this gives me no HP at all. It does give me mana, but the blue buff can kind of compensate a little bit. I can still get a Frozen Heart, for sure. But I just need to make sure I build enough HP in this build now. And then, like, some HP items that provide a little bit more... overall value.
let's find some friends.
He's probably going for my blue buff, I would imagine. Ah, man. I'm gonna smite that. Walk away. It's not too ideal, I will say. I definitely misplayed that pretty heavily with my ult use there. I'll have another smite ready, so at least that's fine, but... I need this guy to rotate right now. He actually recalled. I'm not a giant fan of this dragon anymore. I would rather stop doing the dragon, kill the Scion first, and just play it slow.
Let's find some friends.
Wait for the Jhin to get back here. Just play calm, no reason to overextend on this one. I would like some assistance, perhaps. That'd be great, team. Thanks. Thank you. Stand in the Janna ultimate here. That is not the real one. Oh. Interesting. That's fine. I'd rather go for the fight. I'm very tanky in that situation, so I'm not too afraid to just walk up first and initiate that play. Even though I didn't have ult necessarily for that play, like I can start tanking quite a lot of damage because I'm already very tanky, right? I also do a lot of damage. Wait, Panth. We can duo Baron if you tank it.
Aw. Let me give you a hug.
I have massive Baron damage. This should be very easy. So we do this. We sell this for 2 control wards, and then we'll try to set up some vision here. I'm gonna do the Raptors first, get level 13, and then look for it. I have no idea if this is a T1 play. I've been doing this for so long, but whatever. I'll give him a smiley face. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna check every type of vision here. See what's going on.
Come play with me.
Might have to do something here.
Okay.
I would like to do this. Should be fine. I have no idea, right? Look at this Baron damage, by the way. Look at this thing drop.
Play with me.
This is a very good cheese tactic for 20 minutes, because there's no one that expects this. And like you can see, Pantheon is building damage, but he can easily tank this. There we go, that's a Baron. Very, very good tactic here. Always try to use it in your ranked games. In your games in general, if you're playing a Mumu. Let's be real.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Let's walk bot lane here. Go this way, actually.
Hey, come back.
It's probably the... Oh, it's actually the real one. Nice. I was about to say that's probably the clone, but it wasn't. Let's pressure from mid lane here. I do have a back in a bit that's going to be pretty spicy. Get the Thorn Mill off of it. I will need some magic resist. I can probably just... I mean, I could get the Abyssal Mask. I think that's more than fine. I can get the Force of Nature if I do really need the magic resist itself, but I don't think I really do. Abyssal Mask gives HP, right? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, 450. That's quite a lot of HP. That would work for sure. That's fine. As long as my team could just hit the turret, it's good. Get the turret down. Beautiful. Just one shot the Misfortune first. Is he dead? This is not ideal. I have to walk down on the bot side and leave. With my HP, it's probably too risky. Get a sweeping trinket going, so I see the Shaco coming if he does show up. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, it's better that I missed that Q, because if that would have hit, I might have died to Sion. That works though. Do this camp, get some HP back here as well. I have a lot of damage. This guy should be dead, no problem. Perfect. Good, good. I have a lot of gold. I'd prefer recalling in this situation. I'm going to go for Top Scuttle first, though. Play for the dragon. I will do Top Scuttle and instantly back, because that should be enough recall timing with Baron to get it done.
Let me give
Nice, he gives it to me. That's good. Let's do this, and then we'll build for the Abyssal Mask here. I will sell this to have more HP, which means more damage here. So for a Mumu, like, you have your passive for magic for the additional true damage, actually. So for magic damage they take, and then the magic penetration here. You can get a Void Staff here, last item as well, which generally you don't really need. You have so much damage that it, even with Void Staff, like, unless they have so much magic resist that you might like consider buying it, I'd probably just be a last item Rylai's player right now. Because the Rylai's is also going to give HP and a slowing effect, which makes it easier to stick to targets, which is pretty damn good. Go and see if this Akshan would walk up to me here. He is definitely the target I want to prioritize. Perfectly acceptable. Go and land a good ultimate. Don't think I'm too worried about the Misfortune damage. This is the real one. Perfect. And there we go. Good engage with a Mumu, instantly wins the team fight. Just need to get a good ultimate off and you're fine. Just wait for the Q. Maybe it would have been faster to walk around, but I doubt it. Okay, good. All you're looking for in these team fights this stage in the game is you're simply just looking for ults that land on like 3 or more people, ideally. You can land an ult for 3 man. It is always a good ult, and you should take it. Unfortunately, that minion was there to block the Q for the Akshan. We should probably leave. Should probably check his topside camps to deny him some farm. Interesting. Actually down, eh? Oh, this is here. Good. I'll be able to get my Abyssal Mask on this recall, which is quite nice. Here, this also... The Abyssal Mask also, because like you don't go for Void Staff, right? This also gives magic resist shred. So this is kind of like your Void Staff while also being a tank item. So this is why I like to get that item quite a lot on the Mumu. And then we just build more HP because we're building damage towards the Sunfire here at the same time. So the last item here, I'm just going to go for Rylai's. And then that will be my full build for a Mumu. The Rylai's slow is going to be very, very useful. We have the, as you can see, I have quite a lot of resistances. You don't want to get Rylai's here, by the way. You can also get Stoneplate. That is a perfectly acceptable item to go for. Actually going to take this real quick. So it's basically as a last item, you can choose to go for Rylai's to have the slowing effect. I would recommend doing this if you are ahead and you are already pretty difficult to kill. You should go for that route. However... You just kind of flew into that one, didn't you? That is what I would do in that situation. However, if you feel like you're not like surviving well enough, then Stoneplate's better because it provides you with all the resistances, which is going to be way more worth it. And also the shield. It's going to do a little bit less damage, but you're not going to focus on damage if you are struggling to survive. That makes sense. So in those situations, you want to get a Stoneplate last item instead of going for the Rylai's. And then just live with the fact you don't have the slowing effect, which obviously isn't the biggest of deals. But yeah. I'm just making sure I stand away from the Scion here so he doesn't proc my Sunfire effect, so I don't take turret aggro. That's why I walk away from him there and try to kite it towards the other side of the turret so I can actually hit the turret, get the turret down without taking turret aggro. Focus on the bot side here. I'll walk up to this play right now. I think I hit the Shaco. I did. Good. Just needed to like get an approximate position where he was. It seems like he was going for the Jhin, so I just built there. That's fine. And we should be able to finish off the game here. Okay, good. So yeah, last item here would be Rylai's, but also the option of Stoneplate as well. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button below. It helps me quite a bit. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, so for the end game stats here as well, I ended up doing 28.3k damage, which is very respectable. Actually kind of surprised that Pantheon outdamaged me. Maybe he was in a... I guess he was in a few more fights than me, perhaps. Oh, yeah. Oh, whatever. True damage done at 3.6k. Damage to objectives is absolutely colossal at 54k. This is just ridiculous. That's really good. Healing done at 14.2k. Very good. Damage taken, which is the highest. So I have nearly the highest damage done, but the highest damage taken as well. Basically here. So I have 31k damage taken. Self-mitigated damage at 28k. Gold earned at 15.8k. For the runes, Conqueror healed me for about 1,000, but you don't see the adaptive damage that this gives you, which is obviously worth more than the 1,000 healing that this says. So yeah, the Triumph gave me 560 gold and 2200 healing. Ku did an extra 800 damage. Ultimate Hunter is invaluable for ult cooldown, and Cheap Shot did 1100 damage. If you build or finish the Rylai's, I would say, and like it also works with red buff, by the way, but if you finish the Rylai's, this Cheap Shot damage is gonna skyrocket in late game team fights. Like this could easily double or triple in the span of like a few, like maybe 10 minutes in the later stages of the game, especially if you would build your Rylai's earlier, because with Rylai's this is gonna consistently be proccing on cooldown, and that's gonna do that's gonna add up quite a bit. So this stat, if you do have the Rylai's finished and the game drags on a little bit, it's gonna like be extremely high. So yeah, that's it for a Mumu.